to TinyHousehold.com, and we're here with our first tiny house tour, and we have Matt and Elena, good friends of mine, who are living in their tiny house.
Hello.
Hi.
Thank you for being here, guys. We really appreciate it.
Thanks for having us.
Yeah.
It took us about 6 months to build. We bought the trailer from Tumbleweed Tiny Houses, so specially designed to have a house on it. We have our clapboard siding, Anderson windows. We tried to use a couple salvaged windows, these stained glass units. You can see our wood stove chimney pipe. You'll see from the inside. And it's painted Shire green, which is a Sherwin Williams product.
It was actually when we walked into your house, Fran, that we really knew, or I really knew that I could live in a space like that. It felt really good, and it felt doable and comfortable. Like, it was just very, I don't know, I just remember exactly what it felt like. I don't know why it was such a moment for me, but it was like a very, like, I had thought about it and the benefits, but I was so hesitant that it was such a glorified thing that a lot of people were like, oh, this is so great, but I didn't know if it was actually valid. And then walking in, I was like, oh, I could actually do this and get tons of, like, really wonderful benefits from it.
Yeah, I think definitely the same exact feeling when I was somewhat involved in your house, but until you actually go into it, you don't really realize the scale and the volume of it. It just feels, it's just so comfortable, and it feels like a home.
And I think it was 3 days after we both really talked about it that we ordered the trailer, and then it got real. And then we were like, now we have to build it.
There's no turning back. No turning back from that investment, which was great because it was purpose built for having a house on it.
Yeah.
But Elena basically woke up one day and was like, I think that's what I want to do. And I was like, all right.
Yeah.
Sounds great.
We're
go for it.
both, like, mentally on the same track anyway, so it was easy to convince.
Yeah.
Here are our stairs. This is like the big feature that we like to show people, because a lot of tiny houses have ladders or really shallow steps that are, shelving and stuff. But Matt came up with a design to have these actual, they're a little bit smaller scale than normal stairs, but they hold everything. They're really chunky. They're easy to walk up. You really only have to duck a little bit once you get to the top. Now we can move over to our main heating source, which is Skippy.
This is a cast iron stove made by Shipmate. They make stoves primarily for boats. This model is made for a 20 to 40 foot boat, and heats up the house pretty quickly. I'd say within about 2 hours you can go from 50 to 70, and after that you just shut it off and it holds the heat for the rest of the night.
And we did tiling behind it, so it's some nice subway tiles that are pretty classic. And then we have sort of a big reflector tile in the back just to keep the heat from really getting into the grout, I guess. It just gets pretty hot back there.
Yeah, this piece of pipe is uninsulated. It's not unsafe. It's warm, so we just put that for extra precaution.
And we have some slates underneath, which are really beautiful. And we got all this at Home Depot. It's pretty cost effective.
Yeah, I think the slates were only $1 or $2 each.
Mm-hmm. We'll move to the kitchen. So we have our pretty beautiful butcher block countertops, which aren't actually butcher block, but they're stained.
This is also just a slab of pine.
Yeah.
With a lot of layers of polyurethane on that too. Keep the moisture from going into it. Easy to clean too.
And we use marine grade polyurethane
Yeah.
and everything, which is pretty awesome. And we're a little Lego version of our tiny house, which was really fun to do. We do stuff like that a lot. And here, so we have some plants to clean the air that we need to water a little bit more. We have our beautiful copper sink. It's a hammered copper sink. And that also was from Home Depot, but it's like one of a kind, and it's turning green in some spots to get some character, and it's a really nice piece. And we covered this because we have dirty dishes. We have our little water jug there that's a gallon, and some IKEA storage, which holds things pretty well. And then we have some over here that holds all of our coffee and our produce, and a big shelving unit to hold all of our spices and stuff. And you'll notice that we don't have a fridge, which actually has worked out really well. We just sort of make sure that we don't make too many leftovers. And if we do, we can give them to our parents. But yeah, everything we buy is fresh or canned or, you know, dry, so that we can just make it. And then we have a lot of storage under this table too.
We built
All our
this
food.
table. It holds our food and some silverware and stuff, but it also pulls out and has a leaf on the back. There's wheels on the bottom. And so we can have a little dinner with the two of us sitting at our chairs. Chairs are from IKEA, which seems to be our favorite place. They're actually really good because they have a lot of European style stuff, and they tend to have smaller apartments there. So a lot of their furniture is made for smaller areas. Works out for us.
We used 1-inch hex tiles for basically the entire shower except for the floor pan, which was like a pre-molded pan. And it's really pretty, and it has a lot of character to it. And then we have some pretty normal like fixtures. I think this shower head is 1.5 gallons a minute, so it's pretty economical compared to some of them, I think. Then we have our other stained glass window that you can see, which is beautiful. And then the design of our shower was kind of, I guess, restricted by the shower pan width. So we built this shelf to hold some of the pipes that go underneath to our sink. And it also just holds some of our shampoos and soaps and stuff. Then we have this little bar sink, kind of a vintage looking faucet. Some storage here, also IKEA. Some little hooks that are mermaids. That's our fan, which is nice and loud.
The good tip is to buy the cheapest fan you could possibly find because it's the loudest fan.
Yeah. And then we have a very simple composting toilet system. I'll just let you peek a little. It's not dirty. I mean, there's mulch, but so we throw our veggies and any like cardboard and stuff we have in there too, but it's also used for hue manure, which once a bucket is filled up with mulch and veggies and organic material, we empty it all outside into a big composting receptacle pretty much. And then it just breaks itself down, and it's very natural, and it's really rewarding to fill up a few bins outside and just watch it become dirt. We go up here. We have a loft that is pretty spacious. We fit a queen size mattress in here, and again it's IKEA, so it's like a lower foam mattress. It's not as high as normal mattresses, so we have a little bit more headspace. But we have these big three across windows here that match all of our other ones from Anderson. Another stained glass window, and we have some shelving with books and stuffed animals and our big huge 27-inch iMac. So we use that for work and just watching Hulu and Netflix and stuff. Then we have laundry and a light fixture and some shelving over there. And yeah, it's very cozy. It's, I think, my favorite spot in the house.
Thank you, Matt and Elena, for joining us for our first Tiny Household Tiny House tour. So So thank you for your
Thank
time,
you.
and we'll see you around.
Thanks.